Yeah, it has been a very offensive first quarter. Now we're hearing ourselves. Welcome in, everybody. Alexander Tumop and Tyler Gibb joining us here through all the technical difficulties and issues as Copper Hills goes 1 for 2 at the line, and we now have 29 seconds even left, and this will be the last possession of the first quarter as the shot clock has been turned off. You just get the feeling, though, Tyler, we may be in for a bit of an offensive shootout on both sides. It's not going to be like one offense is going to dominate the other.
Yeah, Herriman's proven they can fill it up, and we already know what Copper Hills can do, especially the last time these two teams met, going for 88 points.
Out comes Johnson, way off on the three. That's it for the first quarter. So after an up and down first quarter, it is a 9-point lead for the Herriman Mustangs. We'll be back with the second quarter play here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Welcome back, everyone, to Herriman High School. Alexander Tumop alongside late graduate class of 2017, Tyler Gibb, with me here at Herriman High School. So, Tyler, as expected, a very offensive first quarter, but it favored the Mustangs, and it's mainly because they got out in transition and pushed the ball.
Yeah, it was Malcolm Johnson who got everything started. The big guy who was using some deep passes. Look, as soon as he gets the board, he was looking down, and he was setting everything up in transition. Big first quarter from him. Copper Hills, they hit some threes, some big threes. They had 3 in the first quarter to keep them in it, and we know that they can score quick. So Herriman, they've got to defend a full 32 minutes. We've seen, how talented they are, and they have these big spurts. It's going to come down to, can they defend for the full 32 minutes?
Yep, they blew a 19-point lead against Riverton last Friday. They were up 38-19 in the game at halftime, and they gave up 45 second-half points. Substitution for Lance Gummersall. Dre Stilson is in now. As we're underway here in the second quarter, reminder the game clock above on your screen is unofficial. As Ashton Howitt can't hit that three, Boston Lamborn, who checked in, gets the offensive rebound, and it's a new 35.
Already about 5 offensive rebounds for Copper Hills, keeping them in it.
Yeah, and it's what Lance Gummersall told us in the open was going to be key to the game. See if they could keep them off the offensive glass as Boston Lamborn can't hit that three. And the rebound comes down to Stilson. Palmer, step back, Jay. Rolls off the rim, Whitehour the rebound. See if Copper Hills tries to push the tempo a little bit here in the second quarter, after they really let the Mustangs dictate the tempo in the first 8 minutes. Hymas to the high post, spins off Barkley, tough turnaround shot, and he knocks it down.
You talk about pace and tempo. Kyson Hymas is one of those guys that is so good at not getting sped up. He's always in control. You see he catches at the elbow and just makes a nice spin move to settle things down for Copper Hills.
Yeah, and a much-needed offensive basket for Copper Hills. They went about 3 minutes without a field goal, which extended through the last 3 minutes of that quarter. Shot clock down to 13 here for Herriman. Now down to 10. Barkley. Gribble. Barkley again. Palmer again. Crossover. 3 seconds. Gets it. And he's not going to get the shot out. That is a shot clock violation. In fact, that's going to be called a jump ball. And I would assume we're going to have a conference here. It looked like that was a... It looked like the jump ball happened before the shot clock violation, didn't it, Tyler?
Yeah, if it is a jump ball, that's fortunate for Herriman, considering there was 1 second on the shot clock. And there wasn't a tie-up for very long. They were quick to throw to the jump ball.
So it's going to be a jump ball. It's a jump ball. So it's a jump ball with 1 second left on the shot clock, I believe, is the official signal. So you got time to get it in and tip it up towards the goal.
Yeah, no reset of the shot clock.
Exactly.
Doesn't do him too many big favors looking back. But, that whole possession was on the perimeter until the final drive in the last few seconds. We'll see if they can get anything on the inbound.
Here's Barkley at the horn! Boy, did they get something!
It was Copper Hills last game who lit it up from deep. Herriman is well on their way. Great shooting display in the first 9 minutes.
Back into that zone, that 1-3-1 zone they like to run so much. Lamborn, wide hour open three, answers right back.
There's a guy that knows how to knock down a deep ball.
Certainly is. He's done it time and again for this team this season. That's his first points. And it comes with just under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Oh, and a turnover, nearly, as Hymas is going to get there, and it's going to be off Hymas, I believe. No, it's going to be off Malcolm Johnson. It'll go back to Copper Hills.
Logan Whitehour, you see him knock down the three on one end, comes back on the defensive end. You always, for a shooter and a guy that can fill it up, it always helps when you get a bucket to go. You get a little more engaged on the defensive end. There he creates the deflection, gets the ball back for Copper Hills.
He's been so good at doing that. He's only a junior, and he's only going to continue to get better as Hymas has that strip by the hand of Malcolm Johnson. Carlo Mulford in transition. Barkley for three! And Hymas gets the rebound, got it stripped for a second by Johnson, but he gets it back. Very active hands by this Mustangs defense. It's been a trademark of Lance Gummersal's throughout his time here. In his fourth year with the program. That pass deflected through traffic. And again, another steal. Here comes Willis in transition, blocked by Pomeranic! Now here comes Reiser the other way. Reiser spins, top turnaround shot, yes!
Big momentum shifter. Pomeranic looks out of the play, but makes the hustle, athletic block, and then the other way, that's a 4-point swing. And just like that, it's a 5-point ball game.
What a start for Copper Hills in this second quarter, as we're going to get a reach-in foul on Logan Whitehour, and that's going to be his second foul. Well. Tyler Gibb as Stockton Blanchard checks in opposite Brian Jones. You just knew it wasn't going to be a blowout, did you?
No, this game has had everything so far. A lot of offense, some great defensive plays. Johnson gets a little sped up, takes one too many steps. But this is exciting basketball, and you can see Herriman, they came out with the energy in the first quarter. Copper Hills so far, it's been them in the second quarter who's made the defensive plays and come out with more energy.
And definitely they have needed that after that disappointing loss against Bingham at home on Friday, in which they were held to a season-low 49 points against their Copper Mine rivals, as it were. Isaiah Reiser spins to the high post, lost the dribble, somehow got it back! Oh, what a play! That's Kyrie Irving-esque right there.
As a freshman, to have that poise, you almost lose it, gets it back, and is aware, hey, I got a lane to the basket, let's go finish this.
Oh, and a great pass. Dumping off to Barkley that time, Carlo Mulford. And he gets fouled, he'll go to the line.
I love the guard matchup in this game between Mulford and Reiser. You got two guys that are such good ball handlers. Mulford averages almost 6 assists a game, and you see his passing on display, setting up Barkley to get to the free throw line.
We'll touch on that in just a second, as KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of high school sports is presented by Western Governors University, where you can earn a degree at your own pace and on your own time. Where else can you find an education that's attainable, affordable, and full of support? That's only at WGU, the University of U. And continuing on your point, Tyler, as Howick is trapped, he gets it back out. Back it goes on the weave to Hymas. Turnaround, jumps Johnson, but he couldn't get it to fall. Now we're going to get an offensive foul, a loose ball foul against Hymas. To touch on your point just a little bit ago, you really like the matchup between Mulford and Reiser because, you know, Reiser, for all of his youth and inexperience, he's a freshman out there making these plays, and you got Mulford on the other end, who's a little bit more experienced than him. It's pretty amazing to see these two guards go at it.
Yeah, Reiser, you know, as a freshman, it's so hard when you make that jump and you're playing with people who are, 2 and 3 years older than you. It's so hard to get it used to the pacing. But Reiser's one of those guys who's adjusted to it. It takes a little bit of time, but he's picked up on it so fast, and you can see his basketball IQ stand out.
I need to hear from you, Tyler, hear from the horse's mouth as Barkley's going to go to the line. Could you ever do that as a freshman? Play the way that Isaiah Reiser could?
With those moves and that confidence, no way. You put a full court press on me and I'm throwing that thing out of bounds or into somebody's hands who's not wearing my jersey.
As Barkley steps up, misses the first. That was the 16th foul, by the way, on Copper Hills. With the next one, Mustangs will be in the bonus. So what you're admitting to me is you probably could do it, but you just chose not to do it because of the fear of God being put into you at an early age.
I never even had the chance. No way that I was getting put out there with those guys. When I was a freshman, I was probably 5'5", 120.
Get out! I could only wish to have been that height at my age when I was a freshman in high school. Instead, I was like 5'1". Ashton Howick, corner three, rattles out. Palmer Redding, offensive rebound, and puts it back up and in. It's a hammer home the point, Tyler Kidd. The offensive rebounds just continue to be a factor for Copper Hills.
Herriman's half-court defense has been, very well in the first half. They've got pressure, haven't allowed great looks. It's on those second chance opportunities that Copper Hills is doing most of their damage.
Palmer can't hit that three. Hymas gets the rebound. And the Grizzlies have a chance to potentially cut this to 2 or even a 1 with a 3. They were down by as many as 10. Since then, they're on a 9-1 run, a 9-3 run as Hymas gets blocked out of bounds by Cribble. John Watkins wanted a foul. He isn't going to get the benefit of the doubt.
You can tell Herriman has an emphasis on making it tough on Hymas whenever he drives in. You see multiple bodies flying at him.
And here it is again. He gets bodied up by Johnson. Tough pass out to Masuisui. But he somehow gets free and blows right by and lays it in. And just like that, it's a 2-point game with under 2 to go here in the half.
Good job by Masuisui. As soon as he gets the pass, if they're playing pressure, that's going to leave driving lanes open. He didn't waste any time going straight downhill.
Now it's Reiser on Mulford. Your two guys going at it right here. It's Mulford getting the better of Reiser off the glass, but he couldn't finish it. They both get tangled up, and Reiser helps up his opposite number. And now a chance for the Grizzlies to tie or potentially take the lead. 90 seconds left here in what's been a fast-paced first half. But instead, it's been all Copper Hills in this quarter. Masuisui inside, Palmer Redding! Rolls off the rim. Had the look, but just couldn't finish it. And now Mulford will slow it down.
Did you hear the student section oohing and on when Mulford was dancing around that last possession? They love seeing that.
That'd be me out there, but I'd be on the receiving end of something like that, Tyler. You be the one giving that. You'd be the one giving that to me, probably. Johnson, 10 on the shot clock. Back out it comes. Mulford with 5. Kicks it. Johnson, corner three. They need it. They get it! What a big shot by Malcolm Johnson.
One thing that a shot clock does in high school, it seems a lot of times you may think a lot of people make a shot with that buzzer winding down. When you know that there's only 3 seconds left on the shot clock and you get a pass, that ball has to go up. It gives you confidence as a shooter. You're not questioning whether you should shoot it or not. You just know this needs to go up, and it gives you that confidence to let it fly. And you see Johnson there, gets it with a few seconds left, drains the 3.
1 second difference between shot and game clock. 5 on the shot clock, offensive foul. As Kyson Hymas will pick up the foul on the illegal screen, and that's now his second. Ryan Jones back on the floor now for Hymas, with 7.8 seconds officially left here in the first half. Time for one blast. Mulford drives, kicks it. Barkley, no, and that's it. So Tyler, thoughts from that first half, which saw the Mustangs get out to an early lead, but the Grizzlies have chipped away, and they now trail only by 5 heading into the half.
It looks eerily similar to the previous matchup with these two teams, just flip it, where Copper Hills, they went into the lead last time with into the half with a 6-point lead. Now it's Herriman with a 5-point lead. We'll see how they come out of the break.
We'll have to see how it shakes out in the second half. It's been an interesting one so far. We thank you for sticking around with us through the technical difficulties and all, but we got through it. At the half, Herriman leads Copper Hills 32-27. Back with Welcome back, everyone, to Copper Hills Basketball, the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, presented by Kengarv Automotive Dealers. Before the second half begins, we'd like to remind you that the Utah Jazz Camps are coming up. I know that makes you excited, being you're working with the Jazz yourself. The new Utah Jazz Camps and clinics are available now. There are options at the state-of-the-art Shoot 360 facility and local gymnasiums throughout the state of Utah and Idaho for your child to level up their shooting, passing, and ball handling skills. And each camper receives also a big old Utah Jazz swag bag. Register today at UtahJazzCamps.com. Again, that is UtahJazzCamps.com. That was a mouthful. Alexander Timolip alongside the late graduate Tyler Gibb here at Herriman High School. So we talked with Lance Gomersall before the game, Herriman head coach. He said offensive rebounds would be the key. And so far, they are paying dividends for the Copper Hills Grizzlies.
Yeah, Herriman, if they can limit Copper Hills to one chance, first of all, it's more than a 5-point game if they would have done that in the first half. But if they want to make sure that they hold on to this lead and don't let Copper Hills back in, it's going to happen by limiting them to one possession. Herriman's half-court defense has been fantastic tonight. We've seen, active hands, a lot of strips, not making it easy. It's those kind of freak plays, those second chance points, or a deflection that leads to a bucket for Copper Hills, where they've been making most of their money for the Grizzlies.
So Tyler, we enter this realm of uncertainty now. We talked about how Mustangs had a 19-point lead last week, Friday, against Riverton. They were up by 10 earlier in the second quarter, and they got pretty much dominated in that second quarter, for the most part, by Copper Hills. What happens tonight?
We know how talented Herriman is, and we've seen, they're 3 points away in their 2 games of Riverton. They've lost both by a combined 3 points. They're 3 points away from having the top 4 teams in the region all tied at 4-2. So we know they're there. It's just, can they piece it together for the 32 minutes?
And that's something they've struggled with a lot this season. Isaiah Reiser running and scoring to the basket. It'll be interesting to see how he turns up the notch a bit in the second half, Tyler, because if there's anything, we know he likes getting it going in late game situations. Ike Palmer to Malcolm Johnson, beautiful pass.
Johnson was so active in the first quarter, a big reason that they built the lead. Second quarter, Copper Hills did a good job of slowing him down, but you see early in the second half, they get him involved in the action.
11 points now for Johnson. Reiser turns on the Jets. Backs it out to Hymas, 15 on the shot clock, sees a seam, goes right down, gets it stripped by the active hands of Cale Barkley, and it will stay here with 12 on the shot clock.
Herriman's done a great job tonight making it so difficult for Hymas to create a ton of offense, and there's that inbounds play again. They ran it in the first half, and they were able to knock it down, but that time Howick's off on the attempt, but a good inbounds play to get a look for a three-point shooter.
Barkley can't get that one to roll in off the front of the rim, and Howick clears the rebound. Reiser against Mulford. Kept his pivot foot down, and here's Howick going all the way in! Just split the seam and went right to the cup. He's got 10.
He goes up for the curl going one way, stops on a dime and just pivots back, and there's a lane for him, just splits the defense, and it's wide open.
10 now for Ashton Howick. That pass is deflected and stolen by Pomeranning. So now here comes Reiser, a chance to tie the game with a 3, or at least cut it to 1. Hymas drives into a whole bunch of traffic on the I-15, but finds Pomeranning, who leaves it short. But it's Logan Whitehour again with the offensive rebound. He can't finish, but he's fouled. And again, another offensive rebound, Tyler.
It's those second chance points, and Logan Whitehour, he had a slow first half. He hit 1 3, but other than that, didn't have a whole bunch of impact like he normally does. And it was a similar story last time these two teams met. Logan Whitehour, a quiet first half, but then in the second half, he went crazy, finished with 23 points. Look for him to be a big emphasis after that halftime break. How can they get Logan Whitehour more involved?
He's got 4 now, and you're right. He really did have a quiet first half, but he did make a big impact on the defensive end is he hits both free throws.
And sometimes it's those hustle plays on the defensive end, or you see him there crashing
correct.
the glass to get an offensive board. It's those hustle plays that will get you more involved and help you find a rhythm.
Yep, it's those unwritten stats, as we call them in the basketball world. You know a thing or two about that. Mulford crosses over behind the screen now, gets to his spot, rises up. And we're going to get a shooting foul as Hymas came down in Mulford's landing area. And John Watkins walks away a bit disgusted after that, knowing that there was good position by Hymas, but he just didn't let him clear the landing area. And that's his third.
Well, it's so fun to watch a guy like Mulford, who's so slippery with the dribble. Makes it hard on the defense sometimes when he can, be so shifty, moving back and forth. Hymas, if you're Hymas, you're not sure, where he's going to go, and so you get caught going out a little too hard to contest.
Mulford hits both. He's got 10 now. And Herriman back up by 3. Largest lead they had was 10, but it got cut to 1 just a few seconds ago. As Hymas gets out and stripped again. Here comes Mulford in transition. Mulford dumps it down. Barkley puts the shoulder in, up off the glass, no good. Lance Gummersall wanted a foul, he didn't get it, and here comes Whitehour. Whitehour for 3. I think a little too early in the shot clock for that as the rebound is chased down by Ike Palmer. And now quickly in transition, here come the Mustangs, and this is what they did so well, Tyler, in the first half. As the reverse up and in there by Palmer.
That was sneaky. There wasn't a lot of space on that baseline. Somehow he was able to go from the left block and reverse it all the way in. Palmer's been tough inside tonight.
5-point lead now for Herriman. On the dribble handoff, Whitehour. Shot clock down to 17. Goes high off glass. Will not go. And that time it's Johnson the rebound. Ahead to Carlo Mulford. But he gets it stripped very well there. Good hands by Isaiah Reiser. It will stay here. And that time the freshman got the better of the more experienced junior, Carlo Mulford.
He was the last defense. Mulford put a good move. You see those handles going behind the back, but Reiser, who knows a thing or two about handles, he was able to read it and slow down the break.
Yeah, speaking of handles, I sound like a broken record for saying this, Tyler, but we remember one Quincy Hills who's now playing at Miami Prep. He was the point guard last year for Copper Hills. Doesn't he kind of remind you of that kind of point guard? He has that same swagger, that same look. He plays with the same style. That's what he reminds me of.
He does, and Quincy was so good, at controlling the offense and running that. And you see for Copper Hills, they've got that guy in Isaiah Reiser for the next 4 years who can fill those shoes.
Yeah, only a freshman. Isaiah Reiser, the cousin of Ace, who plays over at Alta, transferred up from Bingham. Shot clock to 10. Johnson on the turn, the scoop. Won't go, and the rebound is countered by Whitehour. They might have numbers. 5-on-4. Here comes Reiser. Puts on the brakes, drives hard, and throws it away, but it was deflected out of bounds. It will stay here.
Herriman doesn't think they hit it. You see Reiser right there.
I thought it didn't touch anybody either. I thought Reiser just threw it out of bounds, but
that's what it looked like.
Yep.
Refs think it may have gone off the hip or something, but it's the importance of keeping your dribble alive and staying on your feet. Reiser just got caught up in the air.
And meanwhile, we're going to get a reach-in foul called against the Mustangs. Foul called on Herriman's number 30. That's J.J. Tomsick. As we're under 4 minutes to go, halfway home here in the third. Pomerenning dribble handoff down to Reiser. Doubled up. Somehow caught through the traffic and finds Kyson Hymas, who dumps it to Pomerenning, who goes up strong. Are they going to count it? Yes, and the foul!
Herriman and Coach Gummersall not happy that they're giving him continuation. That looked like one of those ones where, defender was coming down. Pomerenning hadn't quite gone up yet, but ref thinks, he was up in the act. That's just a bang-bang play, close call.
That's why I could never be a referee in this game. As Pomerenning misses the free throw, but it remains a 3-point game. Mulford, fly by. Oh, what a move! That time said, I get the better of you, to Isaiah Reiser. And then Reiser pulls up. He can't hit. And the rebound chased down by Thompson. Carlo Mulford has 12 now to lead all scorers. And now we're going to get a blocking foul called against Isaiah Reiser. John Watkins down here on our far left, gesticulating to the official. He wanted to travel, he didn't get it. First on Reiser, second on the Grizzlies. 3:08 left here in the third quarter. Palmer. And a bad pass stolen away there by Hymas. Well read that time by the long arms of Ashton Howick. Whitehour spins into the paint. Couldn't get it to go, but he got fouled. What a move.
There's so many Mustang bodies that are flying around inside. That time a good move to create some space by Whitehour and try to get to the basket. It's just been a different story for Copper Hills from the last time these two teams met. Those ones inside, they haven't been able to get them to fall. But keep attacking, you'll get to the free throw line. You're still within striking distance.
You know, Tyler, do you feel like psychologically, if you're able to stay in a game like this, that's as physical as it is right now, and still miss your shots, do you think that still has a psychological effect on a team, at least down the stretch in a game like this, where it could come down to the final play?
Yeah, when you're a team that knows how to shoot, and especially after last game when they score 88 points, it can be a little misleading because if you come out and you're not hitting the three ball like you were last time, and you're not scoring as much, you know, that's why it was a 22-point win for these guys. So a little rougher shooting night for Copper Hills, but they're still in it. Great move and pass by Palmer to hit Barkley, but you know, as Copper Hills, just stay patient and keep attacking, you'll get the shots to fall.
It's how they got this lead trimmed down to about a point just a few seconds ago as Howick can't hit that three. Rebound comes down, pass almost stolen away. It will stay here though, as the active hands of Miles Masuisui forced the change of direction on that pass. I'd like to remind you, at the end of the game, Tyler and I will be selecting our choice for the Heidemann & Associates Player of the Game. And right now, it may be a tough choice because Ike Palmer is putting his name in consideration, and the Mustangs have increased the lead back up to 8. Approaching 90 seconds here in the third quarter. Whitehour goes up and he's bumped. And that is going to be the 16th foul on the Mustangs, so one more. And the Grizzlies will be shooting free throws the rest of the way, which I guess, as Thompson comes out, or as Palmer comes out, which I guess in the long run is a good thing because you're scoring with the clock frozen, Tyler.
Yeah, one more foul and should be a bonus the rest of the way for Copper Hills.
And that could be big in a game like this where it could come down to the final seconds, as a lot of the games have for Copper Hills this year. A lot of their games have been decided by less than 5 points. Howick with the left hand off the glass. So this time goes down below the free throw line to score. He's got 12. And meanwhile, wide open three, try!
That's a big time three. Hayden Gribble, you know, one bucket the other way by the Grizzlies, right back for Herriman. And they're just playing with pace. They're the team that's come out with the energy in the second half.
What a start for the Herriman Mustangs, as we're going to get a timeout call by John Watkins. It's a 30-second one. We will keep it right here on the air. The Rewind Sports Network, JSLSports.com's coverage of Copper Hills basketball is presented by Ken Garth Automotive Dealers, where they hear you. And our coverage of high school sports all season long is presented by Heidemann & Associates, the full-service law firm committed to waiting for their clients.
It's like we were just talking about, Alex. You know, if you're Copper Hills, you beat this team by 22 earlier in the year, it's easy to come into the gym and think, hey, you know, we're the better team. But it's you know, in that last game, in terms of your shooting and just how you performed offensively, sometimes that can be a bit of an outlier because it's not every game that you're going to shoot so well from deep. So you need to make sure that you're doing the little things every game consistently. And right now it's been Herriman who's been out hustling for the most part and getting their hands active. You see Herriman comes out in a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, interesting. They come out of the 2-3 zone out of the timeout, trying to shake up the pace a little bit on Copper Hills. Shot clock down to 18, high post, Polaretic back. Howick, they need it, they get it! What a time to pick for Ashton Howick to hit his third three of the game. He's got 15 and the lead back to 6.
Herriman played a 2-3 zone a majority of the time last game, and you saw how much Copper Hills was able to do with that. It's another great move by Johnson. It was a little bit surprising that Herriman comes back out in the 2-3 zone, and they switch back to man right away. Coach Gummersall has seen enough.
Johnson, meanwhile, has 13 points. Howick has 15 to lead all scorers here. There's about a 2-second difference between shot and game clock. And Copper Hills, I think, is going to hold for the last shot. Hymas with the ball in his hand. Shot clock at 9. Now down to 5. Takes on Johnson. One-on-one, goes up, strip. It will stay here with 5.5 seconds left on the clock. 3 on the shot clock. Whitehour comes back in.
You see Hymas look at the ref there. He's asking, for that call while they're hitting his arms. Every time Hymas goes in, just look at Herriman surround him and go to slap the ball.
There it is again, as Hymas got it stripped out of bounds again. 4.2 now on the shot clock, 2 seconds on the shot clock. As Dre Stilton knocked that one away. Now another try at it. Whitehour, shot clock at 0! Doesn't matter, that's the end of the quarter!
Coach Gummersall wants a shot clock violation. The whole Herriman bench is walking out, tapping their heads, and that's one of those ones very, very close. No replay. We won't know, but basket's good.
Yeah, the officials are all gathering at midcourt. We are going to figure out if the basket was good or not. Regardless, we're set up for a great fourth quarter here in Herriman. Well, for the umpteenth time this season, we get to tell you folks all the same drill. Get set, strap in, and buckle up. The fourth quarter about to begin here at Herriman High School. Alexander Timolip and Tyler Gibb here at Herriman High School for Copper Hills basketball, presented by Ken Garff Automotive Dealers. 49-43 is our score. They did count the basket for Logan Whitehour, who now has 8 points. And Tyler, I turn to you and I say to you, you told me that Colton Potter and I kept getting into close games. Guess what, buddy? You got your wish. We're going to have a close game.
Hey, it's been pretty even all night. Herriman's held the lead, but Copper Hills hasn't gone away. The final 8 minutes, anything can happen. We know how hot Copper Hills can get. It was Herriman who had the 19-point lead at halftime over Riverton and ended up in a 1-point ball game. They ended up on the wrong end of it, but these two teams, they know drama.
Yep, both teams are no stranger to drama. And the last game I called for Herriman High School was their soccer championship back in May, as Mike Palmer kicks off the fourth quarter with a bucket over Polaretic. Every possession now going to be so critical down the stretch. Ashton Howick leads all scorers with 15 points. That pass is deflected and stolen. Chance up ahead here for Malcolm Johnson. And Mulford will back it out and start the offense again. A chance to get the lead back to double digits for the first time in a while for the Mustangs.
Exactly what Herriman needed to do to come out into the fourth, set the tone, get a bucket inside, and then active defensively.
Mulford, what a shot right over the top of Isaiah Reiser. He's got 14. And the first double-digit lead for Herriman in quite a while here. They're up by 10 with still 7 on the meter here in the game. Shot clock to 18. Howick, they need the three. He gives them another three.
What a night for Howick. He hit 4 last game with these guys. He's hit at least 4 now tonight. He's really keeping them in it with Hymas and Whitehour having a little bit of cooler nights.
18 huge points for Ashton Howick. Off the spin, the scoop, and the score for Ike Palmer. The Mustangs just getting whatever they want in the paint right now. They're back up by 9 here. Off the dribble handoff. Here's Whitehour. Good denial there. Back out to Hymas. 20 on the shot clock. He'll try the three. He knocks it down! And just like that, John Watkins has signaled for a timeout as they'll try to set up the defense. Boy, Tyler Gibb, the Grizzlies just not going away to start the final period here.
They're a team that can shoot themselves back into any game. When they get the deep ball going, there is, good shooting a team as anybody. And so lengthy guys, Whitehour, Hymas, Howick, that can really fill it up. And not a lot of teams have that luxury. A lot of the guards will be able to make it, but they have anybody that can step out and make the three ball. Makes them so hard to guard.
What a game it has been here tonight. Alexander Timop alongside Tyler Gibb. Will it be the cardiac Copper Hills Grizzlies, or will it be the heart-stopper Herriman Mustangs that will get the win here tonight? A game reset here real quick. Grizzlies have 3 timeouts. Mustangs still have all 5 timeouts, but they have 5 team fouls. And on the next foul, the Grizzlies will be in the 1-and-1 bonus. Or after, I should say, the next 2 fouls for the Mustangs, the Grizzlies will be in the 1-and-1 bonus. Ashton Howick leads all scorers with 18 points with under 6 to go here in regulation. Mulford resets the play, shot clock to 15. Here's Palmer against Pomeranic, shot clock down to 10. Someone's got to put up a shot. Someone's got to make something happen. It's tipped and stolen by Hymas. And now here he comes in transition, drives all the way up and under, no foul. And that's going to be the 3rd on Malcolm Johnson, team number 6. And Kyson Hymas will go back to the line to try to cut the lead back inside of 5.
Big-time players show up in the big-time moments. Hymas knocked down the 3 right before the timeout. Comes up with a big defensive play.
11 points now for Hymas. I mean, we saw it last year, Tyler. He can be so quiet on the offensive end, and yet when they need it most, he gives John Watkins a lift on the defensive end. I mean, it's just in his DNA.
All around, he does the things that you want out of your star. And he doesn't need the ball in his hands all the time. He's able to make an impact in so many ways.
An 8-2 run by Copper Hills over the last minute and a half. They've cut the lead back to 4 points as Palmer goes strong to the basket. Count it at 1.
And you flip it over to the other side. Herriman, Ike Palmer is the guy who does the things that Kyson Hymas does. Every time it seems Copper Hills is right back in it at a possession or 2, it's been Ike Palmer who's made a big-time bucket, a big-time pass, and he's that guy who really sets the tone for Herriman, and he's done a great job of that in this game. 16
points now. He joins Malcolm Johnson, Carlo Mulford, and Cale Barkley as the 4 of the 5 starters for Herriman to score in double figures. That was just the 3rd team foul, by the way, on Copper Hills. Isaiah Reiser trapped, gives it Pomeranic, spins, checks it out. Pass was deflected. Reiser puts up the shot, no foul. And he'll go to the line to try to pick up 2 freebies. Foul called on Mulford, his 2nd, team 7th, so that's the bonus for the Grizzlies.
They say it was on the shot, so he'll get 2 free throws.
Correct,
instead
yes.
of the 1-and-1.
But regardless, Tyler, there will be free throws rest of the way as Reiser steps up and leaves the first one short. Well, so he checks back in, and I don't think that's what you can start doing if you're the Grizzlies here late.
Well, if you're in the bonus, which is a good thing, you've been able to get Herriman in foul trouble. You got to just make sure that you hit the free throws.
He hits the second, 1 for 2. Reiser now has 7. Once again, a 2-possession game. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Palmer, not a good shot right there. A rebound taken out by Whitehour. Whitehour drives strong off the glass. Lost control of it as he went up, and now here comes Palmer in transition, up and under, count it at 1!
Howick was there defensively. Just right when Palmer went up, he turned his body, and it was Palmer who went into Howick's shoulder, which is the reason he got the and 1, a tough finish. And if you're Howick, that's tough. You know, you get back defensively. It's so hard when somebody's coming full speed. He did a good job to hustle back and put a body at the hoop. You just got to stay set, and you can get that charge call.
Gets the three-point play. Palmer now has 19 points to lead all scorers tonight. Gut check time for the Grizzlies. Howick can't answer with a three. Whitehour gets the offensive board and puts it back up and in. He's got 10. As we're under 4 here in regulation, still plenty of time for both sides to make an impact. That shot blocked with a foul against Ashton Howick as he was late coming over on the help. And that will be more free throws for Palmer to try to get 20. That's the 15th foul on Copper Hills as Palmer goes up and makes the first.
This has been Palmer's quarter. He's controlled it, you know, majority of the points. I'm not sure how many, but I would dare say that, you know, all but 1 or 2 buckets in this quarter have come from Palmer.
Masui, they need the three. They get the three! A 5-point game with 3:40 to go.
Just when you think Copper Hills might be out of it, they've hit a big three every time to keep it within striking distance.
We keep going back and forth. Who's going to throw the last punch? Might be critical here in this game. Shot clock to 15. Johnson back over to Barkley. Back out. Mulford drives. Pull up. Tough shot. Got it! Carlo Mulford answers back with a big shot of his own. Howick to the basket. Rolls around and in. 20 now for Ashton Howick, and it's a 5-point game once more. Drama building here at Herriman, as usual. It always seems to be this way when Herriman and Copper Hills get together. Oh, what a pass, but not able to finish was Palmer. And another chance here for Copper Hills. Whitehour in transition, pulls up, three-pointer! Yes!
The soft touch, that ball, it kept trying, it didn't know what it wanted to do, and you see it just sit on the rim softly and roll in. Whitehour's up to 10 points in the second half.
2 points the difference. Johnson in the post, tough shot, no foul. As Whitehour came over late on the help. Free throws for Malcolm Johnson, 2:16, clock frozen.
Good job by Herriman to get it into your comfortable spot in the offense. You have guys like Johnson and Palmer who, when they're down low, are very effective, and there's patience, get a good look, it results in foul shots.
And that's what's keeping Herriman afloat right now, Tyler Gibb. We just want to bring that up. I mean, this Herriman team is so talented, and Lance Gummersall has got to be proud of the effort his boys have put forward tonight. 4 starters in double figures. As Johnson rattles out the second. And it will remain a 1-possession game, and now a chance for Copper Hills to chip even further into this deficit. Hymas around the screen, tough shot, rolls off the rim, and Pomeranian goes back up and tips it in! And this is now a 1-point game!
So many bodies focused on Hymas when he drives in, it leaves the others to crash the glass. And Copper Hills just has more bodies, they're ready to put it back.
1:45 and counting. Mulford, shot clock at 15, wants to do his own self, ducks out his do-it-yourself kid, gets the foul on Isaiah Reiser. More free throws. The 3rd foul called on Isaiah Reiser, team foul number 7. Both teams are now in the bonus for the remainder of regulation. And for that matter, the rest of overtime, if we get there, as Mulford calmly hits that one. Mulford hits both. 1-possession game again. Hymas drives, Palmer Redding!
You see the 2 bodies fly at Hymas, just as we were talking about. When he drives, so many bodies go. That time Hymas doesn't even attempt a shot. He knows that somebody's going to be open on the backside. He finds Palmer running for the easy two.
67-66. Approaching 60 seconds in regulation time. Copper Hills has not led since it was 3-0. 1 minute left. Shot clock at 10. Tough pass for Mulford. Shot clock at 5. Back to Barkley. 3 seconds. Barkley, top three. Left and short. Offensive rebound. And we're going to get a timeout called by Lance Comersall. As we're going to get a reset of the shot clock with 45.1 seconds to go.
Big time play by Palmer. It's been Copper Hills who's gotten the big offensive rebounds, but Palmer none bigger than that one. The whole possession, Herriman was looking around. They didn't know what to do. They were looking at the sideline with 10 seconds left on the shot clock, trying to figure out what play they were going to run, and it ends in Barkley just chucking up a three, but a good job by Palmer. Crashed the glass, and that's got to hurt if you're Copper Hills. 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. So you get a stop here, you got a chance to go down and get a bucket. Either way, as long as you don't give up a three, it'll be a one-possession game if you get the ball back for Copper Hills.
So I asked the question now, Tyler Gibb. Who do you look for here in this situation? As it's a full timeout called by Lance Comersall. It's the first one they've called all night.
We'll get the ball into Mulford's hands and then run an action that involves him and Palmer. Palmer has been the guy in the fourth quarter. Mulford is so good with the ball in his hands. So look for an action with Palmer, pick and roll or a post up with Palmer. They've had success as well with Johnson sneaking on that backside on that low block. So you got to get it, in those three hands. And I like Palmer taking the shot here. If he's not taking the shot, have him being the guy that creates the shot.
I sound like a broken record, Tyler, but I'm going to say it again. What is it about these two teams and late drama? And I'm having to stand up here above the din here at Herriman High School with 45.1 seconds left. Both teams are in the bonus. Timeouts are 4-3 Herriman. Here we go. There's about a 10-second delay between shot and game clock. Johnson finds a seam, kicks it out, and they'll hold it. They'll just try to defend for as long as they can.
If you're Herriman, if you have a lane, look for the bucket. Copper Hills is going to get the ball back either way, so you might as well try and score.
Reiser with Barkley on him, offensive ball!
It's the 5'10" Isaiah Reiser with the 6'5" Ike Palmer on him. And Reiser stands his ground and makes the big play. 19 seconds left, 1-point game. Copper Hills has got a chance to take what I believe is their first lead of the game.
First lead it will be in quite a while. Shot clock is turned off. White hour, doubled, inside, Palmer running, no! And they will foul with 4.5 seconds left.
You can't ask for much more if you're Copper Hills in terms of getting a look, but what a play by Malcolm Johnson. It looked like Pomeranian was going in for the easiest layup of the night, and Malcolm Johnson sprinted over, and you see his athleticism. That's the second block tonight that has just shown off how athletic he is. And he might have just saved a win and saved a chance to get home court advantage in region play, tournament play.
Still a long way to go, buddy, as Mulford hits the first free throw. There's still one more. And John Watkins will signal for a timeout. It's a full timeout, but no reason to go off the air. We'll keep it here. So Tyler, I talked with Colton about this. Force, every second on the clock is worth a dribble. And if you think about it, 4 dribbles to get across midcourt is plenty for someone to get a shot off.
And in a situation like this, if you're Copper Hills, what I would do, if you're John Watkins, one, you're icing Mulford at the line, hoping he misses the second free throw. If he makes it, I would immediately get the ball out of bounds, throw it to somebody at half court, hurry and get that set up so that Herriman can't get their defense set up off of the free throw. throw it to somebody at half court and call a timeout, so then you can inbound the ball from half court with about 3.5 seconds left. If he misses, Copper Hills has another timeout. They can call that timeout right away and then set something else up. Right now the scoreboard shows 2 timeouts for Copper Hills. I believe they only have 1.
No, I believe they do have 2, yeah.
Do they have 2?
They do have 2,
Because if they have
yes.
2, they can get the rebound, call a timeout, then they can either inbound it to half court, but if they miss, it's tough to get down in 4 seconds off of the rebound. You're probably going to take another timeout. A make, it's much easier to get it out of bounds and go.
Diego Mulford has 19 points. Regardless of the outcome of this free throw, it will be a 1-possession game. And Mulford hits the second free throw. And so here we go. Inbound to Hymas. Tyson Hymas with 2. Hymas lost it for the tie! No good! Herriman wins!
They got Hymas with the ball going forward, and he lost control for a second, but he did a good job to reset himself, and it almost gave him a better look than if he didn't lose the ball because the defense was scrambling and just barely off the back iron. What a game.
As expected, came down to the end, but it was the Herriman Mustangs who survived the late charge. Herriman wins 69-66. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
They said I have to take tests when they tell me to.
They said my degree would cost a fortune.
But I didn't have to listen to them.
Because I have a university that listens to me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the University of You.
Welcome back, everyone, to a breathless Herriman High School. Copper Hills basketball presented by Ken Garff Automotive Dealers concludes with the Herriman Mustangs victorious in a huge game with major Region 3 implications. The Mustangs win 69-66. They improve now above 500, 10-9 overall, 3-4 in region play. Copper Hills drops to 4-3 in region play, and 8-11 overall. Alexander Tillip alongside Tyler Gibb. Tyler, as expected, that came down to the very last second.
I mean, overall, credit to both teams. Such a fun game. It was, I don't think Copper Hills led the entire game. I believe Herriman got out to like a quick 5-0 lead. Can't remember if Copper Hills took a lead early after that, but it was Herriman who led pretty much the whole way. But Copper Hills never let it get out of reach, and credit to both teams. One, Herriman for holding on to that lead, especially after the last game with Riverton where you give up a 19-point lead, and credit to Copper Hills for never going down until the very last second. They were in it the whole way.
So Tyler, now time to name our Heidemann & Associates Player of the Game, presented by the full-service law firm committed to winning for their clients. It's a tough decision because you had 4 starters score in double figures, 2 guys scored 20 points, but if you look at it, the big picture, Ike Palmer, come on, man, he has to be player of the game.
It was Palmer who came out early in the fourth quarter and set the tone. They had a 6-point lead going into the final 8 minutes, and that's a big moment right there. Either way, whatever team can make a quick punch, and it was Ike Palmer who led the way with that. They got up 10 early in the fourth quarter and were able to hold on. He made the big, physical, tough plays, and he set the tone all around for the Mustangs.
Well, Tyler, that was fun, and now this really shakes things up in Region 3 because, as you said, Herriman getting the win tonight may have just kept their hopes alive for home court advantage in the first round, which is critical in these playoffs.
They're now 1 game back of Copper Hills. Anything can happen. There's 3 games left, so that's big. And, Herriman's been so close to, in a few of these games, especially with Riverton, to where they could be right up there in those standings, but they may get a chance, and if they finish strong, like Coach Gummersall said, they want to finish above 500 in region play. They kept that alive tonight.
Well, Tyler, you got your wish. Close game, and it was a good night to be back with you again behind the microphone. Let's hope they're all close from here out.
Hey, it's exciting. We love it. The fans love it. Players love it. Good games all around.
Certainly. We'd like to thank Austin Bigelow for filling in for Mike Christensen tonight, who's out of town. We'd like to send a shout out to him. We'd like to thank Vince Francis for his tireless work in getting our stream up and running tonight. For my broadcast partner, Tyler Gibb, I'm Alexander Tulip. This has been a presentation of the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. The final score once again, Herriman 69, Copper Hills 66. Until we meet again, take care of one another, everyone. Aloha from Utah, and good night.